to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Friday the 21st of August 2015. The end of another busy week here at Flory Models. A week of finishing things off, or almost finishing things off. So quick recap, this week we finished off the Typhoon. We got it here, got it off the display stand. Great build. We spoke about it obviously in the vlogs this week and things like that. If you want to catch up with this one, it's a 9-parter. So it's like 4.5 hour, 5 hours of video on that one that you can catch up with. Full everything with the lighting and everything else. It truly was a fantastic model. And it just goes to show that building something straight out of the box with a little extra like lighting really can turn a model around and bring it up to speed. Specifically, we're working on the lighting with that one, but also to give us that nice in-flight weathered look and everything else. The other big one, obviously we haven't had any parts up on this week because we're waiting on the base, but was obviously the Typhoon. The Typhoon was completed off. As you can see, we have the base. It's not finished. This is just literally a bit of green. This is railway grass. You buy it on a giant roll, really cheap, and a £5 photo frame, and literally not even glued yet. I just cut it out and put it in, and then that was it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in like a bit of a road at the front, some mud, and obviously we're going to weather this down to make it look far more realistic. It's pretty good for just grass if you wanted just grass, but we're going to enhance that, something we're going to look at next week. But definitely the Typhoon is finished there. Again, a great build, great aircraft, really enjoyed it. It was really about ripping open a model on this one and certainly weathering it in the style that I've done this one. But having it all open is something I've wanted to do for this particular aircraft purely because it is so good. And then I've actually been working on the Ducati, which I've been working on this week. You're going to get part one of this up on Monday. So far we have the engine work done. I hope this is drying out. It was literally drying until I just touched it. And for this particular one, we're using AK paints and we're using the new Vallejo paints we'll speak about in a moment. So I'm trying a little bit of everything with this one, but this one's going to be totally spotless, totally clean, mirror finished, or as near mirror as I can get it, and everything else. Really am enjoying it. Lots of nuts, bolts and screws. We're upgrading it a little bit as well. We've got the upgraded fork set on for this one, and to be honest, I've just been drilling out the actual discs for the brakes because unfortunately they're not, so I've actually got one of these parts here to go around and drill them out. Takes its time, but it's one of those things, you know, half hour spent doing these really makes a difference on the actual bike. But usual thing, Tamiya quality is absolutely oozing with this one and going right the way through it. So didn't have time to get it up yesterday, but it's up there now. It's been up there since this afternoon. We've actually got the full review for the new, that's the glossy one, let's have a colour one. This is Vallejo's new acrylic metal paints. Now I've been using them on this particular build. I've been doing a few other little bits and pieces with them as well this week, and actually I do say they are really good. If you're after an acrylic and you don't want to go down, you know, having a hot product through your airbrush, I know a lot of people don't like using it, things like that, this is your go-to paint. It is a really nice paint, but one thing I'm learning with it, especially been doing the bike, prime it. It loves primer. If you put it on neat, you do get a slight little bit of separation. Okay, now he says I should have prepared this earlier, but I have it here. On the review video, this is down here on the neat bit of plastic. This is the actual bit I used for that one, and I haven't touched it at all. And you can see once this dries off, it gives a very nice effect. Okay, but this is on a piece of styrene sheet that we actually cleaned it off with airbrush cleaner first. Come across really well. Now I tried to spray a couple of bits, to be honest, neat plastic straight off the sprue on this one, and it just separate a little bit. And I know you can't see it too well, but I used their magnesium color on a couple of parts on this. It does do it, but it's just a little bit speckly. But with primer, as we used it on this guy, then we had no problem with it at all. So it really goes down very well, minimal fleck, and it's actually really handleable. This stuff doesn't come off. Now this is it down now, and we sealed it with a gloss on this particular side and everything else, and it is hard as nails. It really is a nice one to work with. Something that's a little bit better than obviously using the metallizers and stuff like that. Speaking of which, obviously a lot of people have asked about the AK. I've got the new ones, and I'm going to redo it. Yes, I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to have a look at going it on Thursday, and we're going to try the second batch of the AK paints, because we do know we have had a problem with it. Certainly I've used the new stuff now and it works an absolute treat. I'll be honest with you, it's great stuff and I'll be using it all the time now for my metal effects, but certainly the old stuff has got a major problem. When you look at the two, the colors look different, the consistency, I've got one of them, it's literally like paste, it's that thick and horrible. You look at the new one and it's just, you know, it looks like Alclad, but putting it down is very easy, very straightforward, and and we have no problem with it at all. Okay, so definitely I'm going to be looking at doing that again and getting that one on test. The other one as well, he says, just grabbing off camera. We reviewed this little bad boy yesterday, so if you haven't seen it, that's up on the site now as well. To be honest, I've spoken to a lot of you who have questioned my review. A lot of you agree with me, some of you disagree with me. That's what this is all about. But no, this band thing we were talking about for strengthening, some of you said it should be there. We're not. This is the one we're talking about, should be here. This has got another one further back, okay, and it should not be there. I've checked, I've double checked, and I've triple checked it. I know some of you pointed out it should be there. This is the strengthening one that should be here, and it's even shown on the box art. It's got another one behind it. That one shouldn't be there. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely kit. It's just that I don't know. It's Tamiya's latest and greatest kit. I was expecting it to be better. I was really disappointed. I was disappointed with all the ejector pin marks in it, and I was disappointed with a couple of little errors on the kit as well, which I thought, being Tamiya, you wouldn't see. Other manufacturers, okay, HKs, you know, I can almost forgive it because they're a new company, they're coming along, they're coming up to a level. Tamiya are supposedly at the top and they're slipping. You know, this is my point to it. They're charging you top money for it, but the quality isn't as going up with everybody else's. Other manufacturers are stepping up the levels now, and I have to say it, and I really hate to say it because I've been a Tamiya fan for years. You know, they are losing the top slot. To me, if somebody asked me who's the best, I'll say it's Tamiya. Now, I have to say they're not quite there anymore. They're starting to slip, and there's other manufacturers now coming up and taking their place. So as you can imagine, it's been a really packed week going through all of this, so thoroughly enjoyed it, get loads of modelling done. I love working on the bike and everything else. We've got the RB6 coming up afterwards, and then it'll be over to you guys for you to pick what you want me to build next. So that's it for this week. Oh, and all the medals went out as well. Just have to mention that. A few of you have said you haven't had your medals yet. They have all gone now. They are on their way. Obviously to far-flung places is going to take a little bit longer, but the medals, your sticker set and the badges have all gone out for the group build. They are all well and truly on their way to you. Also, all the prizes have gone out today as well for all the winning things that have been going on recently. I managed to get more onto couriers because some of them had to go onto couriers. Others of them have gone, obviously, parcel force, things like that. So they are all winging their way to you if you are waiting for something from us here at Flory Models. So that's about it for this week. Looking forward to next week. Got loads to push on with. Going to be doing the base of that one as well, so you can see about me doing a diorama base. And certainly we're going to be carrying on with the bike. Going to get that one done. Probably started on the RB6, the Red Bull Racing Formula 1 car as well. And then obviously we're making our way through those builds. So that's it for this week. I'm going to leave you all with some of your great work that you've completed this week. So until next week, everybody, happy modelling and take care.